Guys, this week is huge for Bitcoin. We do have 3 specific events that are going to alter the course and the direction of where Bitcoin is going to go for the foreseeable future. So guys, make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end if you are at all involved in the crypto space. Welcome back everybody, my name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. And let's get straight into it. Bitcoin has seen a little bit of a drop. You can see that we dropped from 26,200 down to actually 25,800, and right now we are consolidating a bit, but nothing super exciting happening on the Bitcoin chart. On the traditional markets, you can see that we opened up the week pretty well on the futures, and we are now resting above this key level of support actually. So we broke through this resistance. We are taking it over. 3 candles closed above this level. That is a good sign. So that is a good sign for Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is not really being affected by that small little pump right now for traditional markets. So let's see if it is only a matter of catch up and that Bitcoin is going to catch up eventually, or what else is going on right here. There is, however, one very key chart I want to show you, and this is the global liquidity in yellow here. More specifically, the assets that central banks hold. In other words, how much money has been printed into the markets basically. And you can see a very similar pattern right here on the 3-week chart. You can see that when global liquidity goes down, it tends to mean that Bitcoin goes down as well. But when liquidity increases, well, Bitcoin goes up. Now this is in 2014 until 2019. And you can see that we did have this little bit of a trend line on the global central bank assets going down here. When we finally broke through it, we broke through it right here. You can see that we were squeezing inside of the Bollinger Bands here on the Bitcoin price. We went sideways a little bit, but then things really started to go crazy here as more money was being printed. And look at this, guys. We are at a similar level. We do have this trend line going down, okay? We've hit it multiple times here, and we have broken above it. The global assets held by the central banks have been going up, and look at the similarities, guys, squeezing inside of this Bollinger Band range right here. And are we now going to see the same thing as you saw right here? Massive pump to the upside. Now this is on the 3-week chart, guys, so this takes place during several years. But I still think it's pretty cool. This is like a long-term chart, and I'm not worried about Bitcoin at all, and this continues to strengthen that thesis. Also look at the MACD, very similar. MACD here crossing downwards, we go into the bear market, cross towards the upside, we go into a bull market. Really, from a technical standpoint, it's looking as simple as that. Of course, nothing really is as simple as things seems to be, but for now, this is definitely something strengthening that thesis, which I already have anyway, that we are at the beginning of a new bull market, and so this is what I'm gonna stick to. Now, another thing I want to talk about is an update on my trading strategies. You can see that they have had some nice profits already here on on the trading strategies. Also, for those of you who have been trying to add these ones, there was a problem with the links. They are now fixed. So if you want to use these trading strategies yourself, you can find the working links now in the description. First, get an OKX account. Click here, click join now, claim up to $60,000 in deposit bonuses. And now the links are going to work here. If you want to use these spots, just click on this one or click on whichever bot you want to use, and you will be able to create it immediately with the same settings I'm using. Now let's continue, because we do have some developments from China, and that is that China has ordered state banks and funds to buy stocks, and their economy seems to be in almost a free fall, because Evergrande, one of the biggest commercial real estate companies, are in big trouble, and they just lost 80% of their share price. Now, Evergrande is a big disaster, and is this going to affect the US, which is going to affect the rest of the world? Of course it is. If China is struggling, it is of course going to affect the US, just like Treasury Secretary Yellen actually said here. So this is actually something I agree with her on. So how is this going to affect the prices? Is this going to lead into the US having to resort to money printing quicker? Well, the market right now believes that we are going to have 80% of no rate hike during the next meeting in September. 20% believes that we are going to have another 25 basis points rate hike. Now, this is all, and this is why this week is so important, because this is all dependent on the data that is going to come out. On Tuesday, you have a potential grayscale SEC decision, if they are going to get that converted into an ETF or not. Thursday, you have the July PCE. You also have the initial jobless claims. Big stuff happening. On Friday, you do have August unemployment. You also have August non-farm payroll. As a whole, this week will provide a thorough look into the state of the labor market, as well as reveal if the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, PCE, is showing a continued downtrend or not. So the data that is going to come out is going to have a big effect on what the market believes the Fed are going to do in the next meeting, which means that it is going to have an immediate effect on the markets as well. If you do see bearish things happening this week, expect a big drop for Bitcoin. But overall, I do think that we are still in a pretty good place. Bitcoin is still smaller than there's still 6 companies that are bigger than Bitcoin. Apple, Microsoft, Aramco, Alphabet, Amazon, and Nvidia. Now, what is bigger? A phone company, a software company, an oil company, a retail company, a manufacturer's company? What is more like, what has more potential? These companies or global money, decentralized global money available to everyone in the world? For me, the choice is simple. Bitcoin is still very early, and I do believe that Bitcoin is going to go on a massive run this next bull run, guys. So that is what I believe. This is where I'm putting my money at. Of course, using my trading strategies right here as usual. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.